Hey, Professor Matthews, here's my leadership interview, and I'll introduce you to my father. This is who I'll be interviewing today. So here he is.
Hi, my name's Josh Barnes. Josh uh, is my good boy. Um, as far as career experience, I've been an executive leader in accounting and finance departments across multiple industries. Now I'm self-employed as a fractional CFO, and I provide consulting services to both profit and nonprofit business partners.
Sweet. All right. First question. Which authentic leadership principle do you think is the most important?
I believe the mission and values are a major part of building and defining the culture of an organization. But relationships are what I believe is most important. Relationships, to me, foster the trust and the innovation needed to, have growth and
Mm-hmm.
sustainability over time. Solid relationships lead to being more productive and
Mm-hmm.
increase employee engagement.
Yeah,
Uh,
for
when
sure.
employees when employees are engaged with leadership, they're more likely to stay employed longer, reducing open positions,
Mm-hmm.
training new people. It's very expensive. It's one of the biggest expenses you can have. And when people stay longer, they have nicer things to say about the company, and that increases the reputation of the company as a great place to work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That was great. Thank you. Can you tell us about a prior leader that showed authentic leadership?
I've been managed by many great people
Mm-hmm.
over my career, both in for profit and not for profit.
Mm-hmm.
And as an entry level employee, it was always great when a manager took the time to know my name, my
Mm-hmm.
interests, and have conversations with me about my career and the organization. For me, that helped build up a lot of trust and drove me to want to enhance my skills, be more engaged, um, with all levels, with,
Mm-hmm.
fellow staff members, managers, and, not being afraid to talk to upper management. As far as a leader that I've had, recently I worked as a consultant with Christina Gullo,
Mm-hmm.
who at the time was the CEO and president of Villa of Hope, a behavioral health organization in Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
She was extremely passionate about the mission
Mm-hmm.
and was clearly able to communicate the values and guiding principles that directly impacted the culture and outcomes of the
Mm-hmm.
organization. After my first interaction with Chris, I knew she was someone I wanted to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Up until that time in my career, I'd never worked in a company that had such a positive setting,
Mm-hmm.
a great culture of belonging, and understanding the wants and needs not only of the customers but also of the employees. It was a great
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not to push anything, but she recently published a book on leadership
Mm-hmm.
called Courageous and Authentic Leadership. It's available on Amazon, and it's a great read for any people transitioning into leadership positions or interested in leadership positions. I highly recommend.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Could you give us an example how you showed authentic leadership, in your workplace or
Sure,
like that?
sure. This is something I believe in, and what really helped me out going way back into one of the early stops in my career.
Mm-hmm.
I had a development session that covered a form of goals and objectives and leadership. It was called ART, ART.
Mm-hmm.
A for accountability, R for respect, and T for teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
That really resonated with me
Mm-hmm.
and is the basis of my work style and my leadership philosophy. I believe that if I'm accountable, A,
Mm-hmm.
for my job responsibilities and others, I'll be considered dependable and someone um, to trust on
Mm-hmm.
initiatives and projects. I believe all people should be treated with equal respect,
Mm-hmm.
VR. In my view, the accounting clerk should be given the same treatment as the board president.
Mm-hmm.
The last part's very easy, the T, um, for teamwork. If
Mm-hmm.
you adhere to the top two, you'll be considered dependable and well respected with others. Everyone's going to want to be a part of your team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, example, as a person who's led finance and accounting department,
Mm-hmm.
um, I like to help everyone understand how their positions impact the budgets and results of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, too often strategic initiatives and budgets are not communicated down to all levels of staff. For instance, in the banking sector, the teller line is the first
Mm-hmm.
people your customers and members interact with, and
Yep.
they really don't understand how they can impact results. They think they're just transactional. I take
Mm-hmm.
cash, I give cash, those types of things. But they have a really close proximity to the customer, and
Mm-hmm.
they can really understand in real time their wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if a customer comes in and says, I'm really short on cash,
Mm-hmm.
an engaged teller might say, do you have any loans?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the interest rates? Maybe you want to refinance your loan.
Mm-hmm.
And by refinancing their loan at a lower rate, they might free up some cash. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not something that you would normally see, but in my experience, by training the tellers on how to ask the clientele, how can we save you money, led to more loans and deposits and a
Mm-hmm.
happier customer base.
Yeah, that would definitely go a long way. Um, let's keep going. Yeah, so in class, we talk about leadership by walking around. Does it help for leaders to talk with people face to face versus just staying in their office?
Oh, I think it's unbelievably important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Face-to-face communication is the easiest way to build credibility that leads to trust.
Mm-hmm.
As a leader, I want to be accessible. I want to get out there and not on a schedule, just kind of swing by various departments at various times,
Mm-hmm.
let them know they're doing a great job. Sometimes I won't even know what they're doing, but
Mm-hmm.
by getting to know them, they'll feel free and more comfortable to talk to me
Mm-hmm.
and know that I am someone that pays attention. I
Mm-hmm.
think, too many times leaders have an open door policy, but
Mm-hmm.
aren't very approachable.
Yeah.
Most employees are intimidated by the thought of walking into the executive offices or
Oh.
trying to schedule a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
right? But by stopping in their area and chatting, you'll increase their engagement
Mm-hmm.
and give them a chance to, know you also. It
Mm-hmm.
also gives you a chance to familiarize yourself with, the departments of the company.
Mm-hmm.
This can help increase communication and can really lead to early problem identification and faster solutions.
Yeah.
It can also let you know who might have ambition,
Mm-hmm.
might want to take the next step in their career, and you can bring them up with your next layer of management and
Mm-hmm.
try to get some insight.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you provide an example of you showing this?
Yeah, sure. I've had a couple employees, more than a couple, that I've had lunch with,
Mm-hmm.
and you ask them what's going on, and like all people, money sometimes is an issue.
Yeah.
I found that there are a lot of people that once they feel comfortable, come out and say, I want to make more money,
Yeah.
right? And then you have that conversation on, well, how should we go about this,
Mm-hmm.
right? What do you need to do to differentiate
Mm-hmm.
yourself? It's the same with being in class
Yeah.
and class participation. Why do you think you deserve more money?
Mm-hmm.
and then they usually come up with not a super good example most of the time, but by having the conversation you can help them understand what they need to do to get to that
Yeah.
next step. And it's honest communication. Sometimes you don't get what you want. You have to work extra hard, and sometimes you have to wait. But that's one of the things that I see by getting out there. Another way is someone will come up and say, "I've got a problem with this." No one seems to be able to help.
Yeah.
Well, an executive is probably going to be able to kind of get a little more urgency to creating that problem. So there are some times where you can facilitate a solution. So that's always nice.
Yeah, for sure. We got about 1 minute left, so we can get one thing on appreciative leadership here. How can asking good questions help you lead better?
Oh, it's easy. A big part of succeeding in business is getting input from others. From a financial perspective, understanding your priorities and goals are most crucial.
Oh, yeah.
And setting up goals for others without their input can lead to trouble. A good example is budget season. It's budget time, and you want to know what has happened, right, in the previous 9 months, what's currently happening, and what needs to happen. So as a leader, if you skip directly to 3 and say this is what needs to happen and force it down, it has a real potential to create problems.